Okay, guys, I couldn't solve the issue. I tried a different input, but apparently it's not showing up here on the output. So I'm just going to keep on without me and screen and just keep building the site. All right, so last video before it froze up on me, we left off, we're in Figma here building out a sitemap for our in-home daycare website. Sorry, this was me trying to resolve the issue. Let me hop back over to our bot. Okay, so we left off with about, and now we're going to move on to programs. Go ahead and move this into here, get our description. Okay. Okay, programs. Now we're going to hop back over. Early child. Oops, let me duplicate this first. Get a little more space here. Okay. Oops. Tab, early childhood development. All right, moving along here. Just about got our sitemap built out. A couple more pages. Parent resources here. Okay. Next page, we've got testimonials. Before copying that, I need to duplicate this page. So we've got a Figma card for it. Okay, testimonials. All right, that's the great thing about these AI tools is they really help you develop things fast. With little to no input or effort. Obviously, this isn't final content or anything like that. We've got to review and refine it. Don't just go with what they give you, but this just gives anybody who has or does not have the previous knowledge of how to do these types of things, the ability to quickly generate a pretty comprehensive sitemap for a website. And if you were utilizing your own website builder, you could certainly just take this content and continue to use ChatGPT to build on it and create a website, as you'll see me do in the coming streams. Okay, so we just left off with testimonials. I think we've got 1 or 2 more pages at most. Contact. Okay. Contact us and then FAQ. And all these pages are going to, serve a multitude of purposes. They're going to help us rank for search engines for various search phrases. They're also just going to help inform potential customers exactly what we do. I think we definitely want to load them up with imagery and that type of stuff, just as a parent myself, before even considering a place. Or I should say before considering it, but I'd give a place much more consideration to check it out if I can actually see pictures of the facility and see what other parents have said about it with testimonials and things like that. So these are all great pages to have for a multitude of reasons. Okay, so we've got our basic page sitemap built out. Oops. And I think it's looking pretty good, especially for the short amount of time we've had to put into it here. Actually, I kind of like a gap there, just gives it a little bit of breathing room. There we go. Okay, if you're not familiar with Figma too, it's a really good program. Like I said, there's a free version that you can basically pretty much do, I think, anything and everything I'm doing here with the free version as well. So if you're looking to plan something out for a website, this is definitely a tool I'd recommend. Okay, so we've got a homepage, about us, programs, early childhood development, parent resources. Wait, we got a duplicate here. What did I miss? Early childhood development, parent resources, testimonials. Okay, here we go. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I think I just got a duplicate one. Yeah, okay. You know what though? I think something that we're going to want to include as well is going to be a blog. We're going to be using WordPress, so it's kind of essentially built in and should be relatively easy to set up. And it's a great way to build up organic traffic. Let me just go ahead and ask this. Okay, so I'll let that do a little bit of work. In the meantime, I'm going to move this down to the end. I might move this down to the end as well, just because we might have some sub pages for some of that. It kind of all depends where we decide to go with things. Blog definitely will, so I'm just going to stick that on the end here. And we'll just rearrange this when the time comes if we need to, but it doesn't look the same. Oops. Okay, so just going to kind of zoom out here, and things are looking pretty good. Happy with where we're at. Now, on to the next step. Sorry about that. I'm going to make a ton of mistakes like that live streaming. Give me... Okay, so it's giving me a description, features, post slider. I'm not sure if I'll do a slider, but I'll definitely at least do a featured item. Latest post feed, yes. Categories, maybe. Probably not at the beginning, just because our blog articles are going to be pretty limited, but okay, this is a great start. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this into our blog here. Looks like I'm just going to go ahead and make this one a little bit bigger to accommodate. And I'll come back and adjust this later on, but as we refine it, we'll clean it up. In the meantime, this will get the job done for us. Okay, now we've got our full sitemap built out. Next thing we're going to do actually is kind of hop over to a basic website. So I've already got a website set up for this, just a staging website. I deployed it to WP Engine. It's a host I use for website development, great for WordPress websites. And I've already pre-installed a few plugins that are necessary, along with my custom lead gen press website, WordPress theme. This theme is something that I've built, just trying to incorporate a bunch of marketing tactics and a basic black and white website where I could develop out almost wireframe style websites, and then once everything is set for the content and that, with a little bit of code work, which I will do, I'll be able to customize it to match just about anything that we want. So with that being said, why don't we go ahead and take a look at some of these plugins here, just to show you the basic few that I've got installed. So advanced custom fields along with register ACF Gutenberg blocks are two plugins that are required for the theme that I built. It uses a combination of these two themes to create a custom block that can do quite a bit of stuff. This theme is a work in progress. I'm going to be making a lot of updates and changes to it. Right now it's a little bit, I would say difficult to utilize if you're not familiar, and I'm the only one utilizing it though, so at the moment that's not a big deal, but I want to continue to make it more user-friendly and build out more features in it as well. So in addition to those required plugins, I also use Gravity Forms for the forms on the website, just making it easy to quickly build out and deploy website forms, along with Yoast for SEO. And then the duplicate post plugin is great for basically, you don't have to start a page from scratch, and you can move and utilize things pretty easily with the theme that I built out. So it's great for that. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and just do some basic configuration on the site. So anytime a new website is set up with WordPress, or at least here, there's basically a little bit of initial configuration that I need to do. So first thing first, let's go ahead and take a look at the pages here. Should just be some default initial pages. We've got a sample and a privacy policy page as a draft. So first thing I'm going to do is just edit the sample page to home. So by default, WordPress is just going to utilize the custom index for its home page. But with this, I've always basically built out a custom home page with an actual page. It just makes it more configurable, and you know, the default setup for WordPress is more for a blog style, where this is more of a marketing website. So we'll switch this to home and home, and I'm just going to switch this to me as the author. Make it first page. So for this theme, I'm going to use this blocks full width template that I set up, and we'll go ahead and keep it as published. So once I update that, I've got my home page here. Now I'm going to come into WordPress settings, and actually, sorry, I need to go to reading, I believe. Yeah, so this is where you're going to go ahead and switch WordPress from using that kind of default index setup to a static home page. And we'll go ahead and select the home page that we set up. Now if you remember what the previous page looked like, it had a little card in the upper left. This one's going to come up, not blank actually, I forgot there's some default content on that page. So let me go ahead and edit this page here. You'll see this default content that was initially on the page when it was set up. Let me switch this display and get rid of these initial blocks of content. Okay, and from there, let's update this. Now when we check out the home page, we should just have a blank page basically. All right, so we have got our basic page set up. Now let's go ahead and do a few other configuration basic settings. So one thing that I've always had to do with WordPress to kind of eliminate some initial setup errors is just go ahead and save this permalinks one. So we actually want to make a change here anyway for our blog structure. So we're going to go ahead and set up our initial blog to be /blog and then post name here. And then when we go ahead and save these permalinks, it'll eliminate some 404 errors. I always do it twice just out of habit. Actually, it used to be basically kind of required. I don't know, not required, but it was the way to fix the issue. I'm not sure if it still needs to be done twice, but I've always just done it twice to make that first initial change. Okay, so that sets up our basic blog URL structure. You know what, maybe I should document this stuff so that convert it into an easy step-by-step guide later on potentially, or something like that. So okay, so with the initial setup, we did a couple things. First, we created a home page, and then under settings, reading. Okay, so we set a static page. So I would go like this. WordPress initial setup. Okay, so we created a static home page. Created a page. Named home, and then under settings, reading, we selected the custom home page as our static home page. Okay, so that, then we update blog URLs. Let me just go ahead and copy this. Okay, update the blog URL structure. Okay. All right, so we've got that documented. Just going to keep adding stuff in here as well. Oops. As we continue to build out this page, or build out this website, I should say. Okay. Okay, so let me hop back over here. Again, we've got just this basic website set up with nothing on it. Our permalinks are now updated. All right, so the first thing we're going to do then is take a look at our sitemap and start to add a little bit of content to our homepage, or a little bit of basic structure, not necessarily content. All right. You know what, as well, what we should do is go ahead and look at some example websites to get some ideas. A great place to do this is a website called Theme Forest. Under here, we're going to go ahead and just take a look at some popular WordPress websites. Actually, why don't we search specifically for childcare? Okay, do some live previews of a few of these. This is a great place to buy custom or buy templates as well. They can take a little bit of work to set up, and you kind of might have to know a few things, but you can find some really good websites here as well. We'll take a look at these two as some examples. Some really cool little imagery here. I can definitely utilize maybe some of this as inspiration. Photo gallery. Does this say, okay, got about us, history, lots of different options here. And then let's go ahead and take a look at this second option. We can demo this one. I think I might have looked at this one before. When I got that image idea. Some popular classes, instructor stats, events, registration. This one, maybe I like the style. Overall, some of the aesthetic. So why don't we maybe try one more, learn and play. Welcome to, okay, so, we just want a little headline with some imagery at the top. We'll add some of this more fancy stuff later. We just want to get a basic layout set up. So what we can do from here is I'm actually just going to make a couple of default images in Figma here for our website. So rectangle, we'll go so we need width 600. So we'll do a square one first. We'll do 1200 by 1200. So square image. We're just going to drop a line from corner to corner here so we can see it nice and clear and around the site. Now I think I want to make this a little bit thicker as well, just to make it more visible. So go to this corner and over here, and then let's thicken this one up as well. Maybe not quite so dark. We just want to notice them. We don't want to be overwhelmed by them. That's probably good. All right, so we're going to duplicate this one and do an option for a portrait and then a landscape one. So landscape we'll do first. Let me group these as well. Temp image square. I'm just gonna do this again. Temp image landscape, and then let's go ahead and adjust this. So if it's 1200, we need to be 800 high. Let's go ahead and make those adjustments. To 800, and then go ahead and tighten that up, and then switch over. This one's going to be 1200. Oh, I forgot the X's. That's right. I'll go ahead and select these all, just make it easier on ourselves. So 1200. Oops. Oops. All right, so once again, we're going to tighten this up. That just matches the frame with the contents. All right, so we've got our portrait. Okay, all right, we've got our 3 images exported now, and then I'm just going to go ahead and import them into the WordPress media library so that they're quickly and easily accessible for anything we need. Library is currently empty. All right, now we've got a few images that we can utilize here. All right. Next item kind of on the docket here is to just basically do a little homepage build out. Honestly, I'm just going to build this on the fly, see where it goes, and just keep going from there. So again, I'm going to hop over to ChatGPT after I grab. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. I'm going to come over here and go ahead and copy our homepage content and then hop back over to ChatGPT and just basically ask it to expand on this. I want to spin this page out. Can you create some? Okay, so I'm basically going to ask it to expand on this homepage. Again, we're going to go back through and refine all of this text, but we just want to start getting something out there, getting something built, and having a little bit of fun. Yeah, the goal is to build quickly and iterate. So we've got our basically homepage welcome. This is way too long. We just want a simple headline for the, what did they call this section here for the introduction? Okay, let's say above the introduction. I'm going to ask it for a hero section. This is just kind of common terminology for the top section of a website. Generally takes up most, if not all, of the screen as you land on the page. And it should contain basically, what, the main takeaway from the page, what you want the person to know, your proposition for the page. So above the introduction, I want to have a hero with a basic headline. Sub-headline, short supporting text, and 2 button calls to action. This will be offset by an image on one side. Okay. Again, we're utilizing a custom bot, not a custom bot. Sorry, just a bot that we initially primed with some content, asking it to basically take on the role of a digital marketing, SEO, and early childhood development expert. So it should be answering kind of everything in the context of that. Empowering early learners for a bright future. That's a nice headline. Discover the world, learning and growth. Yeah, and maybe we'll drop in the daycare name kind of right at the end of this. I think we want some even shorter supporting text. Actually, let's just put it in there, see what we get. All right, so this is going to be kind of the first introduction to how these pages are built out. So we're going to hop over to the admin side of this homepage. Again, it's set up as blank. I'm going to go ahead and just select add a block here, and I'm going to add this universal block. This is something I built out. It's basically a block that allows me to kind of create almost anything I need from a single block here. I might break it up and make it a little bit more user-friendly. But for the time being, we basically have a bunch of options to choose from, different columns that we want to pick, and these columns will allow us to kind of rapidly build out a page. So first thing we need here, we're going to need a copy column. So once you go ahead and select copy column here, you'll see some options pop up down here. And I'm going to hop over to this copy column itself and go ahead and start selecting headline, subheadline, these options that we want to add. I copied the headline here. So you'll see as I edit content over here, this block on the left-hand side is going to update the copy there. So once I do that, add the headline, I'm going to hop back over to ChatGPT, grab our subheadline, put that here, and okay, I'm gonna call it Sky Daycare here and just go from there. Okay, now we've got our headline, subheadline. Next, I'm just going to grab this supporting text. Like I said, I think it's a little bit long, but I'm going to go ahead and put it here anyway. And you'll see that it just had me fill in that, or I just had to kind of quickly swap out that name in the content it gave me. But what we can do to make that a little bit easier is just actually tell it what the name is, and then in future content that it spits out, as long as we stay in this channel, it should utilize that page, or sorry, that name. So for future, the daycare is named Sky Daycare, and it is located in Castro Valley, California. There, it'll make it a little bit more user-friendly, and this should actually help with SEO as well, because it's going to start to utilize the city name here in some of the content and help us rank for things like that. As a parent, parents will be searching for daycares along with the local city name. They don't necessarily have to search for the city name. Google will probably update that context as well, but a lot of people will still include it in there, and it's something we want to rank for anyway. Okay, one other small thing that I like to do here is you'll see this little kind of hanger here, single word at the end. I'm just going to add a non-breaking line space here to kind of keep those last two words together. So this is an ampersand NBSP colon, semicolon, and it's basically going to be a blank space when viewed visually, but yeah, it's going to keep these two words together all the time, based on the name, or as the name says, non-breaking space. So kind of got a little bit of content in there. I'm going to hop back over and just take a look at what we got here. Our initial headline is looking good. We've got, some ugly stuff up here, no nav, no logo or anything like that. We'll continue to add that as we build this content out. I'm actually going to we built out these temp images here, but one thing I actually did prior to this was I was just playing around with an idea of some styling that I found an example of, and built out this kind of organic shape image. So I'm actually going to go ahead and utilize this for some of the graphics on the page. It'll just look a little bit better. And before I do that, I've got this pink color here, but I don't actually know if that's what I want. So why don't we just go ahead and ask ChatGPT to help us out with some color for our website as well. Can you help, or can you give me a website color scheme? Actually, no. Can you give me? Can you a primary and second color option for the website? So yeah, we're just going to let it go ahead and use its expertise to come up with some options. So it's kind of going with, since the name is sky, it's going with a little bit of that, sky blue and sunny yellow. Sounds like a great combination to me. With the name sky, maybe we'll include some cloud kind of options in there. So seems like a good start, and we can always go back and change and adjust if it's something we don't like. So I'm going to go ahead and utilize it right here on this background shape to start, and I'll be adjusting the custom theme to utilize the primary and secondary color. So initially the buttons are going to be kind of just whatever I have set up by default. I think it's like a bright pink and maybe even a blue as well, but I'll go ahead and make that adjustment later on as we build out more of the styling for the site. But I'm gonna just export this kids playing, and then hop back over to our media library, upload this, and then now that page is in our library, I'm going to add a second column here to the website, image column. Go ahead and select the image that we just popped into our media library. Okay. You know what? I actually have a custom plugin that automatically adds some alt text here that I didn't install. I'll add that later. But for the time being, I'm just going to add a little bit of alt text, even though this is a temporary image. But always a good habit to have alt text on all your images. Kids playing at daycare, and utilize keywords within that, and then just go ahead and make the title the same. Okay, we'll select this image. You'll see it pop onto the page here. I'm just going to update this. We're going to make some more finer adjustments here, but just give you an idea of what it's starting to look like. All right, so now that we've got that basic setup, let's go ahead and do some additional configuration here. So in the config options, when I go ahead and set this customization level to full, it's going to give me some advanced settings. I'm going to update the spacing because this is a hero section, basically the top. We want to push it off of the top quite a bit because there's going to be a nav that's going to get displayed here as well over the top. So, oh, actually, no, that reminds me, before I do this, there are some basic theme settings that I want to set that are going to be the default padding and a few other things for sections. There's going to be a lot of stuff in here I'm going to set, but initially I'm just going to set up the the spacing here. So this whole theme is set up to be fully responsive, and you'll see here there's a lot of options to choose from. This is for basically all of the different mobile, tablet, desktop sizes that allow us to kind of fine tune things to exactly what we need it to be. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and start configuring some of this. So a lot of this is just based on my previous experience, so just kind of know what to choose. So I'm going to set the padding top for mobile to 10 and padding bottom to just 4 here. And then once we hop up to some larger screen sizes, for the medium screen size, essentially tablet, I'm going to set the padding top. Oh, sorry, this is the default, so I don't want this actually to be consistent and something else. Sorry, I was confusing it with the home screen hero section. So we'll set 4 for phone. We're going to set 6 for medium on up, and this is just some basic padding. And then for columns, we'll set some basic padding of y equals 1. And then once we get to large screens, we're actually going to, do we want to, yeah, we'll just keep it at 1 for everything like that. Okay, so this is going to give us a little bit of basic padding. So there's a bunch of other basic style stuff in here. I'll come back through and set this up as we need it. I think. So you'll see we've got a little bit of padding there now by default. But again, this is a kind of special case where this is the home page, so I want to make this a little bit bigger, and we'll set up a basic nav here in a second, and it'll become a little bit more clear as to why we need to do that. Okay, come back in here to our custom settings. And this is where we want to do kind of some custom padding for the top. I'll start with 10 for mobile, bottom. So basically, by default, this custom section or universal section is going to utilize that default padding we just set. But for each section on this page, we have the option to basically customize the padding and basically take over what the default is. So we'll start with padding 10 on the top and 6 on the bottom for this hero section. And then when we get to tablet size screen, we're going to bump this up to, let's go 12, and then 14 for larger screens. And you'll see it's PT for padding top versus PB for padding bottom, or Y or X, which is going to affect both. Okay, so once we do that, I'm going to make an update here, and then we can hop back over to close out a couple of these tabs we don't need. I'm going to hop back over here to this page, and you'll see we've got more space here. Yeah, so it's starting to come together, and you'll see here it's already set up with some basic responsiveness, which we can tweak and customize as we go. So a couple other things to clean this up. I think I want to first of all vertically align this content. So we're utilizing Bootstrap, Twitter Bootstrap CSS library within this theme, which is, if you're familiar with that library, you'll probably realize that a lot of these classes basically relate to that. I might switch things over to Tailwind, but at the moment it's utilizing Twitter Bootstrap. So we're going to go ahead and set some basically flex row alignment options here. We're going to align things to the center. You'll see now basically these columns, the content is going to vertically align. Something else I'm going to do here is add a little bit of gap here. So by default, the gutters on Bootstrap here, I've got them set to 15 pixels, but I'm going to go ahead and bump that up a little bit here. I built out an option to do that, so I'm going to switch the gutters from default to, we'll go extra large here, and that's going to change that. Now additionally, okay, so things are already starting to look better. I think just so that we can kind of get a more clear understanding of what this page is going to look like, I'm going to set up a basic menu real quick. So first thing I'm going to do is come into the theme options here and just drop a logo image in here. I'm actually just going to use the default landscape image I have for now. Set some alt text, Sky Daycare. Okay. This is going to pop up on hover, so I don't want to have all this, but for the alt text, I want to include it. Set the logo width in units. So this is landscape one. You know what? I think actually it's going to be too big. I'm going to go ahead and kind of reconfigure this, not reconfigure, create a more panoramic image. So that it's kind of more reflective of what a logo would look like there. Let's just take a second. Oops, I'm going to move this out of the sitemap to. Okay. Essentially, I want to cut this. Cut this down to 2:1 panoramic ratio. There we go. And I'm just going to adjust this frame, cinch it up. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and make an adjustment here. Oops. Upload this next file. Okay, with that updated, we should get a little bit more of a panoramic image up here. Okay, a little bit more what a nav would look like, or sorry, a logo would look like. You'd probably even do a little bit more, but that works for now. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and just set up a basic navigation. So we're actually, when we do set up this nav, we're not going to have the home page in the nav, but I'm just going to add it for now, so that we have a page there. I don't want to create pages yet, because once the home page is kind of set up, I'm just going to duplicate that, and it'll speed things up from a development standpoint a little bit. So on this nav, we're going to add home page and just go ahead and save it. And because it's set as our primary navigation here, we should see it pop up on the top of the page when we hit the site again. Okay, you'll see we've got home right here, and anything we add to the nav will continually build here. We've got options to change where this is displayed, but for right now I'm fine with it where it is. Okay, our home page is set. I want this to be a little bit shorter even now, just because it's not necessarily what the length, it's just too long. Okay, can you, just gonna ask Chat for a little bit of shorter text and let it do its thing. Okay, looks like, oh no, what's going on here? It's frozen up. Let me just refresh. Looks like maybe I got signed out. All right, something's having an issue with ChatGPT at the moment. It's all right, we can come back to it. I've hit this issue every now and then, just seems kind of freeze up, but let me, okay, I think it does have me logged out, or it's just something. Let's just try to reopen, maybe. Okay, let me just hop off screen here and try to re-log in. Seem to be having issue logging in. It's not showing any login or account info over here, so I think it's just probably a temporary glitch with ChatGPT. Yeah, I can't submit anything. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do a couple other things for now and come back to it in a short time. Okay, the last thing, it had suggested a couple CTAs there, but I can't remember what they are offhand, along with some other section content, but let's just utilize what we've got in Figma for now to kind of keep building, along with some other example website content. So introduction, so then, yeah, we wanted a kind of a mission statement. We're gonna have, yeah, why don't we just set up something basic for that. Okay, so for mission statement, I think I'm just going to do kind of some, maybe not centered, but center-ish content section. So right below this, I'm going to go ahead and add something after, which is going to give me a blank spot here. I'm going to add another universal module, and then go ahead and start to configure this. We're going to start with a section header and then just copy column, and I'm just going to put in a little bit of copy here for now. Our mission, and then just going to grab a little bit of filler copy until ChatGPT is back up and running. We'll just assume a little mission statement about us would be something like this. So in here, just need to drop a tiny bit of HTML to separate this content out. All right, we've got a few little paragraphs here, and I'm going to make some more adjustments, but just to get kind of a quick view of what we just did. Yeah, now we've got a basic mission statement, content section. Again, I'm not going to center or align it, but I am going to go ahead and change the size of the section here. So by default, our content section why is, oh, I see what the problem is. I actually added that copy in the header, which I wanted it in the copy column here. No, I think I'm going to move everything from the header here and just put it all in the copy column with the headline. Okay, and by default this is a little bit more narrow, 6, but I want it wider than that, we're going to go 11 on medium. No, we'll go 10 on medium, 9 on large. Actually, we'll go 11, 10, and then 9. So basically Bootstrap, it's 12 columns, make up a full width of the page. So this is just basically choosing how many columns we want this content to take up, and you'll see it's a little bit more narrow here. And then along with that, I just need to do some alignment in here. Actually, things are already set to justify content to the center for this section row. So go ahead and update this. We should get a little bit more narrow content, and it's just a little bit more visually appealing, user friendly. Doesn't feel too wide. Let me go ahead and check out ChatGPT again and see if it's back. Okay, it looks like it's still having issues, so I guess we'll just wait on that. That's all right. Okay, next thing to do, testimonial section, CTA, latest blog post or news. So why don't we take a look at some of these other websites as well. I think there's a couple things that we want to kind of include in here that isn't necessarily in our outline. Instructors, okay, some stats, upcoming events, tutor, become a teacher. Okay. Learn and play. See, this is what I'm talking about a little bit, more shorter content there. Early education, ABC, discover educational programs, why early education matters, what we offer. This might be maybe what we want to choose quickly. Sorry, I just heard a notification of something. Making sure it's nothing stream related. See, this is what I'm talking about a little bit. Okay. So what we offer, photo gallery. We provide main kids activities. What parents say. Okay, I like a lot of this. I think I like this better than having the mission on the home page, which is totally fine. I'll switch that. That can go on the about page, and we'll keep this home page a little bit more concise and try to push people to the various sections that they're looking for. So why don't we go ahead and create something similar to this, and actually let me take a look. As I mentioned before, this theme is very modular, and it kind of allows me to move content pretty easily from one site to another. So instead of spending a bunch of time configuring a section, I'm going to see if I can just bring something in from a library elsewhere. I'm just logging into a different site real quick, and I'm going to just copy some pre-built layouts from there that are very similar to what we're looking to do here. Okay, I think I found something similar. Okay, so I basically just copied a section from another site here, and I'm going to put a new section after and just drop this content in. You'll see it's going to basically, it's a build out of a 4-card section here. You know, I think there's a little bit of customization on here as well to get this to fully work. Yeah, let me. So there's a little bit of configuration that I need to move into the theme itself, possibly to just make this display better. But for kind of a hot fix, it's just going to be done right here for now. So we're going to update that, and then let me just come back over here and pull a little bit of content. And then we'll get this updated with content from us once ChatGPT is back up. You know, I'm going to create this as a section header here instead. The headline, what we offer. Seems like it's cut off, but that's okay. We'll customize this content later. Looks like my mouse has died here. That's okay. Give me a second. I'm going to plug this in. Okay, now let's go ahead and just clean this up a little bit. Get rid of this headline. We're going to update this to kind of match some of the content from here. Let's see, art classes. Okay. So why don't we do, I'm gonna make up a little bit of my own content here as well. So we'll do, early education. I'm just going to put some kind of ugly content in here for now and update it with ChatGPT as that comes back online. So copy this here. Art classes, early education, and some numbers. Letters, let's see, alphabet, numbers, letters, alphabet, numbers, colors, shapes, and more. Okay, early education, art classes, okay. And then for this card image, I'm just going to select our square image for now, just to get some content there. This back-end display doesn't quite match up with how things look on the front end. I need to do some updates there just to get things more consistent between the two, but make sure it looks good in just a minute on the front end. And I think we're going to have a few things here, and I like that 3x2 setup, so I will reconfigure these cards for that setup as well. Okay, so quick setup there. I'm just going to look at this to see what we've got. Okay. So I've got some kind of special classes pulling this up on here to the previous section that I'm going to remove quickly. Okay, all these upflow classes removed. Okay, this header, I want to center align. And then we'll take a look again. Okay, so things are looking a little better, and you'll see this came with a gray background. There's just some background options that that we can choose for the various sections. Okay. What other things did they talk about? Special education activity rooms. Let's see, we'll say maybe indoor-outdoor activities. Language is a good one. Healthy food. Okay, indoor-outdoor activities. Are able to say outdoor activities. Okay, hop back to the cards here. There's 3. Outdoor activities. I'm actually just going to put in some filler text in here for now, and then let ChatGPT come up with some text in a little bit. It's a little bit longer than that other one, so just to make things a little more consistent, I'm just going to do this. And this. Healthy food was a good one. Healthy food. Probably mention breakfast and lunch. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to adjust this up and remove the background for now. It's kind of like background set. Let's set it to none. And then these cards, I'm just going to make them basically transparent at the moment. Just a little adjustment there. Okay, card alignment, and help down to the next section. Okay, I'll make it transparent. And then let's go ahead and get rid of the shadow. And okay, so we got flat cards with transparent background and no shadow. Okay, so that updated, looks a lot different. And then, as I said, I like this 3x3 look a little bit more. I think we've got a few more things that we want to include in there. So I'm going to go ahead and make that 3x2. So this is going to be done with some configuration settings for our cards here. We've got column styles essentially set to full width for mobile. Then once we hop to tablet size, we go 2x, and then when we move up to large screens, I'm just going to make it 3x, and then I'm going to drop a couple more cards onto the page with an image and copy. Image and copy. So this section is very dynamic in terms of you can really change around the display of the cards, the order, how many cards, the sizing. Right now we're using an image, and we're going to drop like an image icon in there, but you've got a lot of different options. You could do no image, you could do videos, some built-in font awesome icons, all kinds of different things. But for now, we're going to just utilize it to make these cards similar to this page. Do languages and maybe birthday parties for now. Any ideas from here? Outdoor games. Yeah, that's fine for now. So birthday parties and languages. Actually, there's a little bit of styling that I want to add. Okay. Languages. Not a sub-headline, but a headline. Okay. So now we've got our 6 cards all set up with filler image icons, and let's take a look and see how the page is shaping up now. All right, that's starting to look good. I think kind of comparing it to what we were building. Yeah, we'll make some adjustments to get it closer, but the basic setup is there. I think a couple of quick things that we can do to adjust this. We don't want this quite as wide as it is. It goes full screen by default. We're going to take it to 10, 9, and then 8 for larger screens. Then we're going to align, justify content to the center for that row, and text line center. We should be good there. And then I think I'm going to readjust the size of these icon images slightly to, I had to do that customization. You know, I'm going to leave them for the short term because of that customization. Okay, starting to come together. One other section I saw on this site that I thought we can utilize is this kind of stats section. So I think there's some really important information that parents might also want to know kind of right on that home page. So I'm going to bring in a section that just does a little stat display, and we'll go ahead and make some adjustments to it, the content, and then later on down the road customize it even more. But I think there's years of experience, maybe total students enrolled, hours, and we'll find one or two more stats that we can highlight. So we're going to add this after, and again, I'm just copying a section from a different website that I already built out, and because this whole thing is modular and utilizes the same structure across all the sites, it's easy to copy paste. So we'll go 8 through 5. Let's see, we'll just say hours of hours, and then we're going to say years of experience. We'll say 25. Years of experience. We'll say 6 current students. And we'll say maybe 200, or we'll just say like 100 lifetime students. Oh, ages actually might be something maybe more important. So maybe we'll go 1 through maybe 1 through 6. Actually, no, let's stick, it's a little bit too complicated to explain that in a little stat, so we'll just say 100 lifetime students. And this will all be stuff that we revisit anyway, so all right, quick little update there, and then let's take a look at the home page. All right, number of students. Current students. Yeah, it's just a little bit longer than everything else. Hours of operation. Years. Why don't we just kind of lengthen everything else a little bit to make it all fit? Years of teaching. Current number of students, our hours of operation. And here, I'm going to utilize some of these non-breaking spaces again, just to keep this content together and make it more consistent. There are a few ways to do this. Some non-breaking tags or these non-breaking spaces, but I like the non-breaking space overall, wherever I can use it or when I can use it. Sometimes it doesn't work and you got to come up with something else, or sometimes you just got to skip it because you've got too long words together, and on mobile that can cause an issue. Lifetime students taught. Lifetime students enrolled, maybe. Okay. All right, well, we're going to make some adjustments anyway, but now we've got kind of some stats, what we offer. Our overall homepage is starting to come together. Again, the goal with this homepage initially is not to make it beautiful, but really just to lay it out and make sure we've got the content that we want on the page. And then we'll add styling to it in a later round. I'm going to go ahead and check ChatGPT again and see if I am able to log in. It looks like it is still having issues or still down for me. Okay. All right. So we've got one other thing that I know we want and was included in some of the text. I even asked for it with some CTAs up here. So why don't we just drop a couple of buttons here. We're going to want links and just go content maybe contact us and then learn more, just hop them down the page. So first we'll go so this first link is going to be a hash link or hot link to the page, and we'll just say learn more and add that link, and then we're going to add a second link, which is maybe going to be contact. So we're going to do a relative or an absolute URL here to a page that doesn't exist yet called /contact, and we'll just give it some more friendly text. Okay, learn more and let's chat. Okay. I'm just going to give these some basic styling. We'll make this learn more we'll just go primary outline. So it's just going to give it a basic button style here, and then we'll make the kind of more important one potentially to reach out to us. We'll give this one a solid primary style, and we'll adjust this more, I'm sure, later on, but just a basic setup. And we added a hot link here to this one to what we offer, which is a section that we built out, but it's not actually labeled with that ID yet, so I'm just going to edit what we and this probably benefit section cards, so benefit cards, we'll do offering cards, and then update that to match. Okay, so now we should have a couple buttons start to show up. Okay, and we can learn more, hop down here to what we offer, or the chat is going to take us to a non-existent page. All right, things are starting to come together. It's going to take a couple more ideas from some of these pages. ABC program, I like that. Why education matters. Photo gallery. I think yeah, we could do a photo gallery that will lead off to maybe our facility. Let me think about that actually. On that front, maybe let's just take a look at maybe one or two more examples. Our instructors. And what did ChatGPT give us before? CTA, latest post, testimonials. Okay, so yeah, I think some testimonials would be great. Let me think about this, just a basic display I think I saw. You know, we could do a little like slider display maybe. I've got a section configured that we could use for this as well. Let me just find it here. Okay, sorry, I had to go grab my mouse as well. That was charging up from before. I'm just looking for this section that I want to borrow from a different website. Okay, so once again, I'm going to come in here and add a section after this, and this is going to be a slider section that I'm going to use to build out a kind of testimonial slider. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace these images for now. And sure, we'll go with, let's start with just, you know what, why don't we just start with 3 items, and we can add more as needed. Okay, and this section is actually not our universal section, but a custom block section here, so it's set up a little bit different, and so it doesn't use the columns that we were previously using. What parents say, let's just use this copy for now. Say spicy date. Sky. Okay. And I'm going to copy this same text, and we'll replace it with our own case customer quotes later. Joe and Angela Mary and Todd and go April and Pat. Okay. Okay, now that we've got this basic section set up, we'll save it and pop back over to the home page and take a look at how things are looking. Okay, we've got a basic slider set up. This image is changing, I believe. It just can't you can't see it because it's all the same image here. And I believe I have a little bit of custom work on this page as well. Slider. Yes. All right, a little bit more content that needs to be built into the core of the theme. So for the time being, I'm just going to add this as some HTML at the bottom of the page. Okay. All right, that just gave us a little bit of kind of style with this stripe, along with getting rid of that stop button and a little bit of other minor display updates. But this is going to give us a basic link. And just to verify this picture is indeed changing, I am going to just switch it to a different one here. And we can see a change there. We'll want to prevent that hop, just utilize images of the same size, but I will, why don't I make just a little modification here. Just drop a circle. And make it transparent with the stroke like that. That works. Okay, this will make it look different, but keep a consistent size. There, so we can see that image does indeed switch. Okay, and maybe just for the sake of keeping things looking good for the moment, I'll come back to it and adjust that later. I think we're going to move this mission to a different page later. We need to get a CTA on here, and then we've got, for the most part, basic homepage set up, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the progress we've got so far. So let's get a CTA ready. I think one with a phone and email option. Something like this is good. So we'll go back over to our page. Just for speed's sake, again, I'm just going to copy something from a previous website so I don't have to do all the configuration, and we're going to add after. Go ahead and just borrow this text for the time being. Just eliminating a little bit of unnecessary stuff, and styling brought in from the other website as it's set up. Okay, so we're just going to go with a basic look like this. Okay, I want to get rid of this mission thing, so before I do that, just to preserve it, even though it's very basic, and to just start moving on a little bit, I'm going to utilize the duplicate post feature, which comes with the Yoast duplicate post plugin, and I'm just going to copy this to a new draft, which is going to take basically our entire page, make it a new one, and I'm going to update it to the about. For the about page, we'll likely have a hero or header similar to this, maybe something a little bit different, but it's going to be similar, and just so it's a little bit differentiated for now, I'm just going to remove some of this stuff and maybe bump this mission up below the header. We'll get rid of this for now and just go with this as an initial page. Okay, so now we've got a second page about basic setup. I'm going to hop back over here to the home page. And since we now have a second page, I am going to go ahead and update the nav just so that it's a little bit easier to hop around. I'm going to add the about page to our nav, and I'm just going to go ahead and remove this one as well. and we will update that. And just like that, we've got a website that we can navigate. That's a really hard word. All right, and also we're pretty responsive here. We're gonna have to make a few probably little minor adjustments just so that it looks good all the way down, but for the most part, responsive wise, we're 90% of the way there for basically all screen sizes. And since we're kind of getting a few critical things done and it's easy to copy one section to the other, I'm actually going to go ahead and create a few of these other pages now, just duplicating the about page, just to help build a little bit more structure with the navigation and where our page is going. So we've got pages, and just to make things easy, we can do some of this stuff right from this page right here. I'm just updating the order of these a little bit so things kind of go where they need to as I create them. So quick refresh. Okay, I'm gonna clone this page, and this was programs. This cloning here as well will go ahead and duplicate all the content on the page as well, so all of those sections will be on the page as we edit or hop over and see. We can't publish from that page, so we've got to come into each one, and just so it's there's a little bit of differentiation, I'm just going to put a super headline on here, or actually I'll just go programs. Then we'll clone this one, and our next suggested page was early childhood development. Okay. Pop into the actual page so that I can Okay, next comes parent resources. I'm gonna skip parent resources for now. I've got some ideas what I want to put on there, but before I create that one, I'm going to think about it a little bit more. So do contact FAQ. I'm going to do the same for testimonials, as I'm not quite. There's a couple ways to do it, so I just want to think about the best way to do that. So I'll do contact and FAQ and blog for now, and that'll give us a pretty good start on our pages. So let's go ahead and clone this one again. I'll go contact and publish this after updating the headline. Again, I'm just dropping this headline difference so that when we click through to different pages, since it's all the same content, we can see that it actually does change and update for us. Okay, come back over to pages and we'll do just FAQ and blog. Clone that once more. FAQ and blog. Okay, and then to publish each of these, we need to pop into the page. Once it's published, we could unpublish or change the status from that quick edit, but right now we cannot. The blog page actually is special because it's going to be a feed or an archive page. So I'm actually just going to delete all the content out of here. Delete, and then go ahead and publish this. And then we take a look at the page. It's going to be blank at the moment, but I'm going to come into our settings and reading, and from reading, just like we did the home page, we're going to select a blog page. This is essentially going to become a feed of posts, so anything put in this post will show up on this main blog page. It should still be blank for the most part because nothing's there. Oh, there is a default single post already added, so you know, there's still some setup and configuration that needs to be done here, but yeah, we've got a basic blog setup already. So the next thing, just to make this a little bit more easy to navigate while we develop, let's go ahead and add all of these items onto as nav items along with the blog. Okay, let's see, about contact we'll want last, so maybe programs, early child development. Some of the stuff we might have to, we're going to reconfigure this for sure and move things around, but I'm going to take this FAQ out for now, and we'll add that maybe to the footer or as a drop-down nav item. This early childhood development one is going to be long as well, so let's just see what it looks like quickly. Yeah, so for the short term, I'm just going to leave it, but we will be making adjustments to all of that so that it looks good. But we've got the nav is automatically sticky. So yeah, we've got I think some really good stuff set up already. And I am gonna hop back over to ChatGPT and see if that robot has fixed itself. partially fixed. Doesn't look like I can access my previous chats yet, but I'm just going to ask it for a shorter version of this. Okay, and let's just touch that up. All right, that's quite a bit shorter. Should look better. We'll still continue to make adjustments. Okay, things are definitely coming along. Let's get rid of this mission content on the bottom of the page. And then we can go ahead and review what things look like. All right. Yeah, things are definitely coming along. We need to adjust all this color. We need to adjust the entire styling. So not too worried about that at the moment. Let's see. Make sure all these nav items work. Programs, blog, and contact. Okay, everything is starting to come together. Just gonna clean up a few things. This contact page won't need this. All right, I gotta end this stream in about 5 minutes, so might just try to have a little fun for the last few minutes with some AI tools here. We need to create some icons for our what we offer section here. So I'm going to just see what we can generate quickly with Midjourney. First thing that's usually the best thing to do is just kind of take a look and see what other people have created. So if you're logged into Midjourney, you can actually just come to the website and explore, and it's going to give you basically an endless supply of prompts that people have utilized and created things with already. So I am going to just search for let's see, child care icons. We'll say like child care icon set. See if we come up with anything that we like. I'm just going to heart a few things here that I think are cute, that we can maybe utilize now or in the future. The name is Sky, so maybe we want to search a little bit around that. Let's see. We've got food, education, so that could be like books, art. And maybe we just find a general style that we like, and then we can maybe try to generate some custom icons based off of that. The other option is to look at something like Theme Forest. And do they sell icons? I believe so. Graphics. Icons. Childcare. So there's some, pretty decent cheap graphics here that could be purchased, but I think we're gonna stick with Midjourney to try to generate some graphics that we can use. We want to utilize AI in developing these websites, so let's utilize it. What happened to? Okay. Maybe something vector logo. Vector logo for a company. I'll say healthy food. I kind of like this style, little like sticker style. Let's see, small sticker icon for stationery, school goods, small sticker icon of we start to get something that that we like I said, we can continue to regenerate and modify. Just going to generate a couple things here for fun as well, and do a little bit of experimentation. All right, let's just pop over here and see what we get with some of our generation stuff. So we can use this for learning. We might be able to come up with something kind of cute by dropping these sticker things everywhere and utilizing some actual graphics. Let's see, not a fan of anything there really. Nothing there, so let me, small sticker icon, school activities, let me rerun this a couple times and give us a few more things. Plus small sticker icon, preschool activities, let's see, for food, language, learning, outdoor. What else did we include? Art and birthday. Art, birthday, and early education. We'll just stick an and more in there too and see if it gives us anything else. Okay, we're getting a few options here. I'm gonna, oops, this is some stuff I did earlier for the video. I'm gonna upscale a couple things here. I think there's some useful stuff here. In this one, I think I'll go ahead and upscale. I think I'm gonna, the sun could be good. Let me see what else. It's a little bit different style here, but still in the same genre. I'll just upscale that. That star would be good if its face wasn't messed up. I'll skip this one for now. Okay. Anything else useful here? Maybe these crayons and such. For art, light bulb maybe for ideas. Okay. This one could maybe be useful for art as well. These aren't totally consistent, but just having a little fun at the moment, and we'll continue to clean things up and make things more consistent as we go. All right, so for right now, I'm just gonna maybe take one or two of these and get some icons and just have a little bit of fun. Again, I gotta go in about, I said 5 minutes like 10 minutes ago, but let me just try. So there's a couple other tools that I use often. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and check out, I'm gonna save this image inside of Figma here. Otherwise it's going to be a WebP image. I'm going to export it just as a JPEG image. Icon set 1. See if I kind of utilize some cute little icons in these various spots as well, which will be fun to do, I think. I like this option as well for a hero, just showing a kid learning. Okay, but let's quickly maybe hop over to Figma. I want to isolate one of these icons. Maybe this book one. And then I'm just going to export this. As a book icon. And then hop over to remove background. Depending upon the size that image you need, there's a free version that lets you export up to 500 pixels, so we could definitely utilize that here. And then I'm going to pop over to vectorize. And go ahead and upload this image here. This is going to go ahead and convert it into an SVG image, which I can then kind of tweak a few more things, remove some stuff, and make it basically any size I need it to be. I'm going to simplify it slightly, just merge some colors here. I think we can merge all of these darks together. Probably these greens too. And yeah, I think overall that looks pretty decent. So I can go ahead and download this file. And then I'm going to pop back over into Figma. Put this SVG in here. I'm going to try a few different things, so I'm just going to duplicate this quick. I'm not sure if I want the shadow underneath it or this white, so I'm going to try initially, oops. Okay, let's just give this sticker look a try. All right, let's export this. Just gonna make it a little PNG. This should be fine. Transparent background, book icon. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is just drop it in the page here on a couple of these items, just so we can start to see it come together a little bit more before I actually have to go pick up my little one from his daycare. I'm going to pop over to these cards, and we dropped in this custom, or not custom, this temp image before. Let's go ahead and upload this book icon. Okay, and that makes a nice little difference. Just starting to drop some kind of little icons in there. Feels a lot better already. I think I'm going to make one final adjustment and call it. In this universal options settings, I've got some more kind of general style setup items or general styles that I can implement. So I want our headlines throughout the site to be a little bit bold. Additionally, I'd like super headlines and subheadlines to be bold, strong, bold, and I think buttons, I'll make everything kind of bold, at least for now. I'm going to also put on a basic reveal animation. And from there, hop over to some general spacing. We did already buttons. Let's see, min width 33. Button medium. Actually, I'm gonna go 75 for that. 33 for medium. So that's just going to be the width of the buttons. When it's 75 there, it's going to basically force buttons, one button per line. So they'll stack, but then they'll go back to side by side for medium screens up to 3 buttons. We're going to update that. Make a couple of minor adjustments on the navigation. Make that bold for now too. Color mode class, we'll stick with that for now. Secondary, nav center class, we're going to margin right auto. I think that should push the nav to the left. Make that update form adds migration or set. Okay, I think for now that might be good. Let's take a look at how that changed the site. Okay, I need to fix that there, but you can see our nav moved over. We've now got, this is now bold text. Everything looks a little bit more bold. Things are popping out a little bit more. And yeah, with that, I'm going to call it and continue.